Welcome to my HTML tutorial series for beginners. By the end of this series, you will have a strong foundation in HTML and be well on your way to becoming a proficient web developer. In this series, you will learn about HTML and its role in web development. Learn how to set up your HTML development environment. Learn about HTML tags and elements. Learn how to inspect a document using DevTools. Learn about hyperlinks and URLs. Learn about using images and multimedia. Learn about forms and inputs. And much more. This is Lesson 1, Introduction to HTML. There are 4 learning outcomes for this lesson. By the end, you will understand what HTML is and its role in web development. Understand the basic structure of an HTML document. Know how to set up your HTML development environment. And lastly, know how to create your first HTML document. Let's get started. Learning Outcome 1. Understanding what HTML is and its role in web development. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's a standard markup language used to create and structure content on the World Wide Web. HTML is the backbone of web pages, providing the basic structure and elements that define the content's layout and presentation on a web browser. In web development, HTML plays a crucial role in defining the structure of a web page by using a set of tags and attributes. These tags indicate how different elements should be displayed, organized, and interacted with. Here are some key aspects of HTML and its role in web development. Structure. HTML is responsible for structuring the content on a web page. It defines headings, paragraphs, lists, and other structural elements that organize the information. Text formatting. HTML tags allow you to format text using various attributes such as bold, italic, underline, and more. Links and navigation. HTML provides the anchor tag to create hyperlinks, enabling users to navigate between different web pages and resources. Images and media. HTML allows you to embed images, videos, audio, and other media content on a web page. Forms. HTML includes form elements like input, select, and text area that enable users to submit data to a web server. Forms are essential for user input and interaction, such as submitting login information or filling out online surveys. Tables. While CSS is generally used for layout design, HTML provides the table tag for creating tabular data structures. Semantic markup. HTML5 introduced semantic elements like header, nav, section, article, and footer. These elements add meaning to the structure of a page, making it easier for search engines, screen readers, and developers to understand the content's purpose. Metadata. HTML can also include metadata through the use of elements like meta, which provides information about the web page, such as character encoding and description, that is typically not visible to users but is important for browsers and search engines. Learning Outcome 2. Understand the basic structure of an HTML document. The basic structure of an HTML document follows a standard format known as an HTML5 document outline. Here's a breakdown of the essential components. Doc type HTML. This declaration specifies the document type and version of HTML being used. In this case, it's HTML5. The HTML tag. This is the root element of the HTML document. Everything in your document is contained within the opening HTML tag and the closing HTML tag. The head tag. This section contains meta information about the document, such as the character encoding, viewport settings for responsive design, and the document's title. Let's take a look in the head tag. Meta charset UTF-8 specifies the character encoding for the document. UTF-8 is commonly used for international character support. The second meta tag sets the viewport properties for responsive design. The width equals device width ensures the page adapts to the device's screen width, and initial scale equals 1.0 sets the initial zoom level. The title tag defines the title of the web page, which appears in the browser's title bar or tab. Next, let's take a look at the body tag. This is where the main content of the web page resides. All visible content like text, images, links, and other elements are placed within the opening body tag and the closing body tag. Inside the body section, you'll include the actual content of your web page using various HTML elements such as headings, paragraphs, lists, links, images, and more. In this example, the document outlines the basic structure and includes a heading, a paragraph, and a hyperlink. This structure serves as a foundation for building more complex web pages by adding additional elements and styles. Learning Outcome 3. Know how to set up your HTML development environment. Setting up a development environment for writing HTML using Visual Studio Code, VS Code, is a straightforward process. Follow these steps to get started with writing HTML and using VS Code extensions to enhance your coding experience and preview your HTML documents. Step 1. Install Visual Studio Code. If you haven't already, download and install Visual Studio Code from the official website. Step 2. Install extensions. Extensions enhance the functionality of VS Code. Here are some extensions that will help you when working with HTML. Live Server launches a local development server to preview your HTML pages in a browser and automatically refreshes the page as you make changes. Auto-Close Tag automatically closes HTML tags as you type the opening tag, ensuring proper tag nesting. Auto Rename Tag automatically renames the corresponding closing tag when you rename an opening tag. To install these extensions, follow these steps. Open VS Code. Go to the Extensions view in VS Code by clicking the Extensions icon in the activity bar on the side of the window or using the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-X. Search for the extension by name. Then, click the Install button for the desired extension. Repeat this for each extension you would like to add to your VS Code environment. Once you have VS Code installed and have added the extensions, your HTML development environment is ready to go. Learning Outcome 4. Know how to create HTML documents. Now that you have the necessary extensions installed, you can start creating and previewing HTML files. Here are the steps to create a new HTML file. Click on File in the top menu, then select New File to create a new untitled file. Save the file with the .html extension. For example, I'll name mine index.html. After you have created your HTML file, begin writing your HTML code. Start by defining the doc type at the top of the document. Then add the root HTML element by adding opening and closing HTML tags. Within the HTML tags, add a head element to your document by adding an opening and closing head tag. Within the head element, define the meta tags shown to specify the character encoding and the viewport properties for the document. Under the meta tags, add a title element to your head element. This will appear as the tab title in your browser. Under the head element, create a body element for your document. Within the body element, create a heading using an opening and closing H1 tag, then add some text to it. Lastly, create a paragraph element using an opening and closing P tag, then add some text to the paragraph element. After you have written some HTML, you can preview the document with Live Server. Right-click anywhere in the HTML file editor. Select Open with Live Server. A new browser tab should open, displaying your HTML content. As you make changes to the HTML file, Live Server will automatically refresh the browser to reflect the changes. Thanks for tuning into this lesson. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more programming tutorials and tech-related content. I'll see you guys next time.